Hey there, it's Sabine Gedeon, CEO of Gedeon Enterprises, an executive search and leadership development firm. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I am coming to you with this week's video of the week, and the focus for today's topic is around managing your mindset in times of crisis. So as most of you are aware, there's been a lot of talk around the economic downturn here in the US specifically, along with the discussions around inflation, around the recession, hiring freezes, the social issues that we're dealing with, you name it. And many of us, we've been exposed to it, we have faced it and or are dealing with it in some capacity. And so the truth of the matter is there's a lot of anxiety and fear and worry in the atmosphere, as there always is in times of financial crisis or upheaval in any capacity. And as leaders, we're being looked to for the answers and solutions to navigate these external factors and troubling times. But here's the thing, what happens when we, the leaders, right, we ourselves get caught up in the chaos and we're having difficulty in our own minds processing all of the information and all of the growing challenges? Today's video is here to support those who are struggling to navigate all of the financial challenges that are swirling around, and for those who are looking for ways to overcome their fears, right, so that they can make business decisions and life decisions based on facts versus their emotions and or the narratives that are being played out in the media and the society around us. First, I'll share the difference between a wealth mindset versus a lack or scarcity mindset. And then I'll ask you 4 questions to think about and to journal and to really take some time to sit through and think through regarding your own beliefs around money, in hopes of helping you uncover if and or how some of those beliefs may be driving your decision making, whether that be in your home, your business, or your career. And so some of you may be wondering, well, wait, Sabine, how is this even relevant to running a business or, to running my department or to managing my family? And the response to that is, the truth is how we show up, especially as leaders, how we show up in one aspect of our life is really a reflection of how we show up in everything that we do. And so if we have this underlying lurking lack or poverty mindset in any one arena, be that in money, relationships, love, you name it, you better believe that it's going to bleed into the different parts of your life. And so as a leader, we simply cannot afford to ignore the parts of us or our mindsets that are hindering, our relationships, our abilities to serve our clients, to serve and grow our teams, to serve or grow our businesses. So let's start with those 2 comparisons, right, of the 2 mindsets. And so first and foremost, just to lay some foundation, right, when people hear wealth mindset, right, it immediately goes to money and how much someone makes or how much someone has in possessions. And while a wealth mindset may reflect that, right, you may see the possessions and the money and status and all that things reflected, it actually starts with their mindset. And so that wealth mindset is used to describe the positive relationship that they have with money. Also, a wealth mindset really does circle around your understanding of your budget, of your spending habits, and profit and loss statements and all of that, but it's bigger. And as I mentioned before, a wealth mindset translates to other areas in our lives. And it can include our health, our relationships, our respect for others, our decision making, and so much more. A poverty mindset, on the other hand, comes from a place of lack, and it means just what it says. A poverty mindset pits people against one another, mostly because there's just a sense that there's not enough or there needs to be competition. A poverty mindset sees others as threats, and it's more of this mindset of, get what's yours, right? It's very, very restrictive. And people coming from a poverty mindset are busy hoarding anything that they have, whether it be in money, resources, love, and so much more, right? it's them trying to keep themselves from whatever circumstances or consequences they believe is going to be the result. And so, when we think about poverty mindset, sometimes on the flip side of wealth, we associate it with money. It's the same thing with poverty mindset. We always associate it with money, but it's actually a way of being that shows up in so many different areas and so many aspects of our lives. And so a wealth mindset, if you think about it from this perspective, it comes from a place of inclusion and endless resources. And a wealth mindset also believes that there's more than enough, right? Like there's more for us to share, there's more for us to have. Whereas the poverty mindset keeps people on this hamster wheel, continuously grinding it out more and more in hopes to achieve whatever financial goal that they've set for themselves. And so really, essentially changing your mindset from poverty to wealth focus can be a game changer in every single area of your life. And again, I know I'm using terms that are usually associated or attached with money, but I want you to hear how expansive, right? And how many areas of our lives, our mindset, whether it's a poverty mindset or a wealth focused mindset, impacts both positively and negatively. And so making the switch from poverty mindset to a wealth mindset, of course, we know it's not like flipping on a light switch, right? Like you can't just go from, one state of mind to another. But the truth is you can actually start to take steps to shift that, because more than likely, even right now, you have been making decisions, or you have made decisions, or you will make decisions that either are aligned with one of those mindsets, right? Either the poverty mindset or the wealth mindset. And in times like this, where there is, recession talk, where there's a lot of talk around money and what it means in terms of resourcing, we will get triggered. And your trigger, right, in terms of the decisions that you make, will reveal which mindset has control or has the most power over you. And so that's why I wanted to share this video today. So now you understand the differences between the wealth mindset and the poverty mindset. And so in order to combat, years of poverty thinking, if that's the space that you're in, it really is essential that you do a deep dive into the mindset and the habits that you've carried, throughout the course of your life. It can be done, right? It's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight, but it can be done. And I'm here today to share with you a couple steps that you can take to help examine and overcome some of that lack or poverty mentality that is showing up in your life, showing up in your business, showing up in your organization. And so here are 4 questions to ask yourself and journal about this week. And the reason why I emphasize the journaling, right? It's not enough for us to just think about it. Sometimes in order for us to really be able to look at a problem or look at a situation, like it needs to be on paper, it needs to be on the computer, staring us right back in the face. And so my invitation to you this week is to really think through these questions and then journal about it. And hopefully that'll help you address the thoughts and the patterns of belief that are keeping you in these cycles of believing that there's not enough. If you're leading people right now, if you are leading in an organization, I know you're feeling the pressure. My clients are feeling the pressure, certainly, and trying to look ahead for the next year. There's this looming weight of what does that mean for them financially. And so I want to help as many leaders as possible get through that, right? By first looking internally, dealing with your own thoughts and beliefs around money and around access to it, so that you can make decisions in your business or concerning your business, concerning your teams, concerning your organizations that are reflective of the truth that money didn't go anywhere just because we're in a recession, right? It's just shifting hands. It's just shifting access levels, if you will. And so step 1, my invitation to you is to identify the situation where you're feeling or you're experiencing some level of difficulty or challenge around money. Is it in your business budget? Is it in your, your personal finances, right? What is the area in your life where you are feeling some level of constraint as it relates to money? And then jot down specifically what you're experiencing, right? It's not enough to just say, I don't have enough, but get granular on this, right? How long has this been going on? How long have you been experiencing this difficulty? Is this a reoccurring experience, right? Is this something that every year you experience, every few months you experience, every time there's a financial downturn or talk of a financial downturn, you're experiencing this? Get really, really clear and honest with yourself around, the challenge or the difficulty that you've been experiencing. Then ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What is the underlying fear or the belief that you believe to be true about the situation that you're currently in? Oftentimes we'll say, oh, it's because I don't have enough money to do this, or I'm worried that I may lose my job, or I'm worried about this and I'm worried about that. There's always an external reflection. But the truth is, there's a reason why we're fearing, right? Why are we fearing losing our jobs? Why are we fearing not having enough? Why are we fearing not being able to ride the wave of this recession as we have done, many of financial downturns? So what is the underlying belief or fear? And then examine the true need. Because most of the time, we believe that money is the answer to our needs, right? Or that the lack of it is the cause of our problems. But that's not true. The 4 needs that really, really drive us as human beings are love, security, approval, and significance. So I'm going to repeat that again. There are 4 needs that really drive us as human beings. That's love, security, approval, and significance. Now, as I say those, or as you're listening to this, I want you to think through which one resonates with you the strongest, right? In terms of your need right now. Be honest with yourself and jot it down. Write specifically which one of these. And it might be 3, it might be all 4, it might be 2, but I want you to do the work of really identifying which one of those 4 resonate with you the most. So that's love, security, approval, or significance. And now that you've really identified the need, let's uncover, as step 4, let's uncover the hidden motivation. Take some time, think through what's really driving that need. What's happening in you as the human being, as the leader, as the, professional, as the entrepreneur, as whatever, what's really driving that need? And so the reality is, as human beings, we tend to adopt beliefs, especially when we're really, really young, right? When we haven't yet had experiences or have the ability to really think through what's happening around us, right? And so the experiences that we have when we're younger form the beliefs that we create and that we live by as adults. And over time, we come into agreement with these beliefs unknowingly or even unconsciously and start to claim them as our own, right? So if you grew up in a household where money was challenging and you constantly heard about that, more than likely you've developed the belief that, money is hard to access or it's difficult or whatever belief you've created in yourself. In doing this exercise and really going through this process, we get to decide which beliefs we want to hold on to and which ones we don't and no longer serve us. So that's what I have for you today. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if this resonates for you, what has come up for you. Please also feel free to DM me, send me a private message. If you have additional questions or something came up for you that you need to talk through, I'm happy to do so. One other thing that I will say, if you are a leader in any capacity that is struggling to make heads or tails of our current environment, and you just simply can't see your way out of all of this talk of calamity and of the lack that's circling around, this is your invitation. Take a look at your mindset and your thinking to uncover the places within yourself that your beliefs, right, are showing up, and your beliefs are driving the decisions that are coming from a place of fear or lack. Changing your mindset to being wealth focused is possible, but it takes one step at a time. And it takes the humility and the vulnerability to admit, okay, I may need some help here. I may need to do some digging here within myself. So, again, let me know in the comments if this resonates with you, what you've taken away. Of course, you're always free to send me a private message as well, and I'll be happy to answer any additional questions. Last thing I have for you that I want to share today is that I have opened some space for a few more clients. I can take on about 15 clients in the coming weeks. And these spaces are really available for senior leaders or executives who, want to work with me one-on-one, and they want help to either improve their performance or their teams or their organization's performance. They want to level up their mindset or their approach to leadership, or they just want to build out a plan to help them excel both personally and professionally. I've included a link below that will allow you to hop on my calendar so we can schedule some time to discuss your goals, see if it's a fit, see if it makes sense for us to work together. Again, you can always DM me if you have questions or if you want to connect privately on this. That's all I have for this week. Have a wonderful week, and I will be back next week, next Tuesday, with another quick video for you, quick-ish video for you. And then lastly, please be on the lookout for this week's episode of the She Leads Now podcast, where I talk about recession proofing your life, your business, and your career. And guess what? Your mindset is part of that. So with that, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Take care.